Yo, VIP. Let's kick it.
Hi and welcome back to Luck's Garage. I'm Jason and this is Luck's Garage. Thanks for coming back to see me. I've been cleaning up over here in the Hot Wheel area and I found another box of eras that I hadn't went over yet. Brought them down from the shop but I hadn't went through them. This is one of the 36 car collector case I believe from Kmart back in the day. But had eras written there on top, and whenever I opened it up here it was full of eras. So these are all 20-plus-year-old eras in that one. And I found a couple this weekend while I was out, and we'll go over those toward the end. But we'll go ahead and get started with those eras. We'll go ahead and get started with the eras. This first one here is probably one of the rarest eras you'll find on a Hot Wheel. This one is actually a Mini Cooper. This was come out in 2002 as a mainline. But if you look here, the card has been miscut. You can see that the name started here. You can see it's cut off, and then the next card right here was starting. And if you look here on the back, you'll see where it was over shifted. And then this is all cut off on this side. So this is what makes this one of the rarest eras to find on Hot Wheels, miscut cards. Pretty difficult to find those. So that's a real cool era on that one. Next here we've got a 2000 first edition. This is a 67 Dodge Charger. And if you look there on the back and all the way down the bottom and the front there, this one has not been riveted. So it's unriveted in the package. So the whole body and everything is just bouncing around inside the package there. That's a really cool era. You don't find a lot of them. You can see the body separating there. A really cool era there. Next here we got a 2002 first edition. This is the Nissan Skyline. And if you look there on the side, the APT is not colored in the white on the tampo. You can kind of see on the hood what it should look like. It should have that silver outline with the white on the APT. And that's a real cool era there. You don't see a lot. Next here we've got the 2003 first edition of the Enzo Ferrari, and if you look there it's got PR5s on the front wheel and 10 spokes on the rear. Supposed to have PR5s all the way around. That's a pretty cool era there. Next here we've got a BMW M1 number 473, and if you look there the whole front end has not been riveted. It's actually unriveted in the package. So if you took it out of the package the whole body would lift off of it. That's pretty cool right there. This one's showing 1995, so it'll probably come out in 96. That's really cool there to be unriveted, the BMW M1. Next here we got one of my favorite eras. This is a Surfin Fun Series Chevy Nomad. This is number 404 of that series, and if you look there, there's an extra screw that actually doesn't even go to a Hot Wheel in there, so it's probably off of the production line that's got inside the package. So you just don't ever see extra screws and stuff like that in the packages. You usually only find parts of the actual cars that's made. So that's a really cool era there. Next here you can see this is a 2001 first edition. This is the Ford Focus. And if you look there, the back wing that's supposed to stick up in the back has hit something. It's bent the whole wing backwards, broke the bottom out. And then the wing actually got molded into the blister when they put the blister onto the package. So that's a pretty wild looking era there. It looks like it's had a wreck inside the package. That's really cool. Next here we got this No Matter What that come out in 2002 as a mainline. And if you look in there, the whole front bumper got broke off right here. You can see the axle here, and then the bumper's like rattling around in there. So that's a pretty cool era there. See bits and pieces where it's broke off. Next here we've got the Hot Wheels 500 from the Mad Maniac series. And if you look there, the back wing is broke off the back of the car, and it's just laying in the package there. That's a really cool era there. Next here you got the Ford Escort from the Flamin' Hot Wheels series. And if you look at the back wing there, it is not correctly put on. It's actually bent forward. I don't know what's really holding it on there, but you can kind of see that it didn't put in correctly. Kind of neat era there. Next here we've got some 99 first edition Monte Carlo concept cars. This top one here has a Hot Wheel tempo here on the rear fender, and it's also got one again starting here, so it was being double tempoed. The other tempo is way low here and going down, so it only should have had one tempo here. And this bottom one doesn't have a tempo whatsoever on the back, but it also has a piece of the slag here from the tree that's left on and it was painted with the car, so those are pretty cool eras. Next here we've got a 63 T-Bird from the 2000 mainline. And if you'll look there on the side, the whole tempo is going down hill from the back to the front, and it should be up with the top of the body line. So that's a real cool era there. Next here we got a 2001 mainline of the Dodge Charger RT, and if you look over that front wheel there, it looks like a piece of clear plastic that was not broke off from the windshield when they put it together. and you can kind of see it's got the whole car up and messed up in the front. So that's a pretty cool area there. Next here we got a couple of Olds 442s. These are from the Hot Wheel Anime series from 2003. And if you look there on the front, this one has the front end jacked up whenever they riveted it, and it's separated from the body. And then the bottom one has the back jacked up whenever they riveted it. So that's pretty cool to have the front and in the back on two different cars messed up. So that's pretty cool areas there on those. Next here is a Surfin School Bus. This is a 2001 mainline edition. And the front looks kind of funny there, but if you look back here, you'll see that the pipes are not where they're supposed to be. And then if you look on the back, the whole motor has been flipped upside down. So that's a pretty crazy era. A lot of people probably wouldn't ever notice that, but if you'll look at the regular one, this motor is supposed to be up against the body, and then this whole thing is flipped upside down. That's why it looks kind of funny here, but it's actually because of this going on back here. Pretty cool area there. Next here we've got the Super Tsunami, which is based off of the Toyota Supra. This is the 2002 first edition model. And if you look there at the front wheel, you can see that there's a piece of the slag left and it's keeping the wheel pushed out. Oh, that's pretty cool there. Next here we got a Super Modified from the 2001 mainline. And if you look there, the back wing didn't get put on correctly, or whenever they put the blister on, it just knocked the wing off, but it's still in the package there. Kind of neat area there on that one. Next here we got a Catapult from the 2003 mainline edition. If you look at the window there, it's pushed way back. It should be up there snug with the body. It's just pushed backwards. So kind of neat little area there on that one. Next here we've got a Trump Card Series 33 Ford, and if you look at the motor there, it's frosted. It does have the painted headlights, so you might want to look for the variation without the painted headlights. But it does have a frosted motor and stuff on it, so that's a cool little area there. Next here we got a 2001 mainline of the Road Rocket, and if you look there at the gold, it's all dull. Should be real shiny gold, but kind of neat. Next here we got a mainline edition of 2001 Pikes Peak Toyota Tacoma, and if you'll look there, the interior is red, and if you look there in the little air inlet, there's a piece of the interior stuck between the body and the base, kind of poking out. So nothing crazy, but kind of neat. Next here we got a 2001 mainline of the Ferrari 308, and if you look down there in the interior, the whole interior has been put in crooked. It's actually pushed down and over to the side here, and if you'll look there above the wheel right here on the back and the wheel well, you'll see that the piece of the interior is pushed way over and pushing the tire down, and the whole interior on the inside is just kind of crooked. So that's a really cool area there, kind of neat. Next here we got a 2001 mainline of the Hooligan, and if you'll look at the back wheel there, it didn't get chromed correctly. It's got half the chrome on the tire and it's missing half the chrome on the wheel. That's a really cool area there. Next here we got a 2002 mainline of the 68 Cougar, and you'll notice there's some kind of splotch of paint there on the fender, but then there's also a piece of the slag there left of the tree that got painted and pushing the tire off and down. So got a cool couple areas on that one. Next here we got a 2000 mainline of the 59 Impala, and if you look at the base there, it's frosted. It should be solid gold, so it's a real good looking car. Pretty cool to have the frosted base. Pretty neat. Next here we got a 1957 Chevy. This is the Wastelanders from 2003, and if you look there on the front wheel, it didn't get chromed. It's black. It should be chrome. That's pretty cool area. Next here we got a Jet Threat 3.0. This is a 2001 first edition. If you look there, the whole car has been put on upside down and the insert. And I don't buy a lot of them upside down anymore, but this one was real cool because the insert and everything was put from the factory upside down. That's pretty cool. Next here we got a 2002 mainline of the Jeepster. And if you look there, it's part of the masting that they use to mast off whenever they do painting is left there on the front of the car. So that's pretty cool. You'll see this quite often. Got quite a few of those. Looks like kind of like a band-aid, but it's actually just the masting they use when they go to paint. Next here you've got a 56 Ford truck from the 2000 mainlines, and if you look there on the back fender, you'll see that there's two pieces of the slag from the tree that's been left on, and it got painted with the car. So kind of neat. Next we got a 2002 first edition of the Overboard 454, and if you look there, part of the interior didn't get broke off completely whenever they got to put it together, and the piece that was supposed to be broke off looks like it got hung in between the fender and the body, and it's pushing the whole thing down. You can see there in the front fender well, and that's pretty cool. This was from Kmart, 93 cents back in the day.
Thank you for shopping at Kmart.
Next here we got a 2003 mainline of the Splittin Image, and if you look at the tampos on the side, they're all slid down. Should be able to read a number 7 and have more tampos showing on the side. I'll put one up here to compare it to, but that's pretty cool era there. Next here we got a 2001 edition of the 68 El Camino, and if you look there on the back, on the tailgate, you'll see a big glob of paint here and 2 more here. So what I believe they did was they hung them whenever they sprayed them, and they sprayed couple sprays on this one, and I guess the paint was so wet that it come down globbed and then, you know, dried like that. So that's a real cool error there on that one. Next here we got a Silhouette 2 from the classic game series, and you can see the motor piece there that's supposed to be clicked in on the hood is actually down there in the package. So that's kind of cool error there. Next here we got a Hot Rod Magazine series of the Tail Dragger, and if you look there on the door, it kind of looks like some kind of lipstick or something there on the side. And whenever I got it, somebody had written lipstick on the side there, and it's what it looks like on the side. So kind of neat little error, nothing crazy, but kind of cool. Next here we've got a Treadator from the Bug and Out series, and if you look there at the motor and the front windshield and the tracks, it almost looks like it's painted gray, and they're all supposed to be chrome. So it's just like a real heavy frost on that one. So that one's really cool. Next we got the Muscle Tone from the Spectre Flame Paint series from 2002. And if you look there in the back, you can kind of see where the whole base was put on crooked. And you can really see there's a lot of white fender well here showing. Not for sure what's in there holding that whole side up, but you can kind of see how crooked it is there. Neat little error there. Next here we got a Hyundai Tiburon from the 2003 first editions, and if you look there on the window, it's a piece of the tree. Whenever they went to paint it, didn't get broke off good, and it got painted and left on. That's a pretty cool error there. I picked up these couple of errors at the Dollar Tree this weekend. They had probably over 100 of these hanging. This top one here is the 56 Mercury Comet Cyclone from the 56th anniversary series, and if you look there, you'll see that the whole blister's been put on crooked and off the package, and I like this casting, so I went ahead and picked that up. And then I saw a bunch of these and I compare them, and I found this one Nissan Silvia Drift here. If you look there on the back wheel, you can see that the tire got gold on the back. Nothing crazy, but still kind of neat little error. I picked them up this weekend. And that's all there is I'm going to go over for today. If you like what you're seeing, please like, share, follow, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. I'd appreciate it. If there's anything else you want to see more of or know more about, just put it in the comments and I'll try to get it in one of the next ones. I also plan on starting to do a live here on YouTube starting in 1st of February. It'll probably be on Tuesday night. Not for sure the exact time and date yet, but I'll put y'all some updates as we go along, and I'll also try to put a short out so y'all see. But if you're interested, the plan on is just to hang out for an hour or so. We'll talk about whatever y'all want to talk about, Hot Wheels, diecast, whatever, just to get to know y'all a little better and y'all can get to know me a little better. But if y'all are interested in that kind of thing, make sure you get your notification bells turned on so that whenever I go live, you'll get notified. But I'll try to keep y'all up to date on that. Maybe some giveaways and stuff like that also. But anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank y'all for coming back and seeing me, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Thank you. Sweet tea is made of these. Who am I to disagree? Get loose. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Can't get nothing out, my tongue's tied. Try that again. Let's try that again. Anyway, if you, I also have a February, can't get nothing out again. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Just let me know. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. I can't get nothing out. Today, my tongue is tied. Sweet tea is made of these.
Don't worry, folks. After all, it's only a cartoon.